For the Module 3, Lesson 28 exit ticket, we are going to continue our pursuit of division. It says divide, check your work by multiplying, so we need to do both. Draw a disk on a place value chart as needed. And as you know in my room, as needed means whatever you are comfortable and confident with. If you're comfortable with standard algorithm or long division, you can do that. If you're comfortable with using place value disks, you can do that. I'm going to do one problem with place value disks and the other with standard algorithm. So let's do A with the place value disks. Since it goes to the hundreds place, I'm going to set it up. And I know I'm going to divide into two equal groups. So I'm going to represent 7 in the hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in the tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 6 in the ones. All right. Now when we start to find our groups of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, we're going to have a leftover. So we have 3 groups in each hundreds with 1 leftover. So that's going to be cashed in for 10 tens. All right, let's start cashing out those tens. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And don't forget this one right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs. Each one will get 8. And 1 left over, which means I need to take 1 10 and make it into 10 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to start breaking up my ones into groups of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What I notice up here is there are no leftovers, which is exciting. That means we won't have a remainder. Let's count how many groups we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each group will get 8. So in the ones place, I have 3. In the tens place, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the ones place, we have 8. Our answer should be 388. How do we check that? Well, we take what we think our answer is, and we multiply it by the divisor. And if it equals 776, we know we're in good shape. So 2 times 8 is going to be 16. 8 times 2, again, is going to be 16, but plus 1 is going to be 17. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And 776 is the same thing as 776. We're in good shape. Let's look at B. And for this one, I'm actually going to use the standard algorithm. I know that it is comfortable for some of you, not quite comfortable for all of you, and that's okay. I'm asking myself, how many times does 3 go into 5? And that happens 1 time. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. Bring down the 9. And if we had one more, this would be great. But 3 goes into 29 9 times. 3 times 9 is 27. 29 minus 27 is 2. Bring down the 6. How many times does 3 go into 26? It goes in 8 times without going over. That would be 24. 26 minus 24 would be 2, which is going to end up not being able to be divided anymore, so that would be our remainder of 2. So we're going to check our work through multiplication. We're going to take what our answer is, our quotient, 198, and multiply it by 3. But don't forget this remainder of 2. We'll come back to that in a moment. 3 times 8 is going to be 24. 3 times 9 is going to be 27. Plus 2 is going to be 29. Carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 2 is 5. 594 is not 596, and that's because we also have to bring in that remainder of 2. Add it. 4 plus 2 is 6. Bring down the 9. Bring down the 5. 596 matches 596. We are in good shape. Lastly, we have our beloved word problem. It says a carton of milk contains 128 ounces. Sarah's son drinks 4 ounces of milk at each meal. How many 4-ounce servings will 1 carton of milk provide? Well, I'm going to take that 128 and divide it by his amount per serving, which is 4. In this case, 4 does not fit into 1. You could write a 0 there, or you could write an X. 4 times 0 would be 0, so we'd still have 1. And then bring down the 2 and ask ourselves how many times does 4 fit into 12. In this case, it would be 3. 3 times 4 is 12, giving us 0. Bring down the 8. How many times does 4 go into 8? It happens 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8, equals 0. So we believe that Sarah's son drinks 32 servings of milk. How can we double check that? We're going to take 32, multiply it by what we divided by, our divisor. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 128 surely matches that 128 ounces. Since it's a word problem, we need to write it as a word answer. We only have one question. How many 4-ounce servings will 1 carton of milk provide? The milk carton will provide 32 4-ounce servings of milk. To be honest, that's a lot of servings of milk. Hopefully it doesn't spoil before he finishes it up.